everyone, I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about spices. I was going to show you my meatloaf recipe. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten my nut crumbs in the mail yet, so I decided to come on and talk a little bit about spices, what I use, some of the sodium counts, and how you don't need to always use salt. So let's just go over some of my favorites. The first thing I found when Tony got out of the hospital was Mrs. Dash. So onion and herb is one of our absolute favorites. We use onion and herb every other day. I make a frittata for us for breakfast. This is what I put on our frittata. So that is a great one. My other favorite Mrs. Dash is steak. As you can see, both my onion and herb and steak are almost gone. These are, as it says, salt-free. There's no sodium in them. So that said, let me just tell you, I'll tell you what's in here. Dried garlic, spices, black pepper, dill seed, sweet chili pepper, coriander, cayenne pepper, celery seed, basil, bay, marjoram, oregano, thyme, mustard, cumin, rosemary, dried onion, lemon juice, solids, natural grill flavor, lemon oil. So those are two of my absolute favorite Mrs. Dash. I do have a couple others that I do keep on hand. I don't use as often. Not that they're not good. You just, sometimes you just have a favorite. So I have the chicken that we like, and the garlic and herb that we like, and the original. Again, they're good. I'm not gonna say they're not. It's just you have a favorite. So that said, I debated about telling you about this because I have not tried this yet. But since I do like all the Mrs. Dash products, I did want to show this to you. Next week we are going to do stir fry one night. So I will try this Mrs. Dash sweet teriyaki stir fry. So excited because so many Asian dishes have soy and fish sauce and are so high in sodium and you just can't make it work. So that's that one. Let's go into our Italian seasonings, what I use. Minced onion. So let me go in and tell you some of the minced onion, 0 sodium. Basil. Now basil has a lot of sodium. Not really, but compared to Mrs. Dash with no. Basil has I have my cheat sheet over here. 3 tablespoons, 3 per tablespoon. So if you're making spaghetti sauce and you need 3 tablespoons of basil, that's 9. But in the grand scheme of things, that's for a whole bunch of spaghetti sauce. You're fine. Most seasonings, you're absolutely fine. You don't need to really count for them. When I talk about some of my compound seasonings that I do, then maybe you do need to account for them. But when you're talking about on your own, this is my garlic. I know I've showed this to you before. This I absolutely love. It's minced garlic. It's an EVOO, and it's super easy. I do have fresh garlic if I want to chop it up or make it really fine, thin, in the fridge, but this is my go-to. This is easy. Just 0 also. Parsley, I believe parsley is 1 per teaspoon. Again, a dash or 2 of parsley, even if you put a teaspoon of parsley in something, it's 1. And oregano, I believe, is 0 also. So, really, if you put a lot of seasoning on it and you want to say, okay, that's 5, maybe that's what you can do, because really you don't need to count unless you think you're really going to go over. Dill weed. I'm a Polish girl. Polish girls love dill. I love my dill. My husband, not so much. So I do put dill in our ranch dressing that one day I'll show you when I'm making some dressings. So I do use dill in my ranch dressing. I use dill personally. I like cucumbers and dill and sour cream in the summer. It's one of my favorite go-tos for the summer. So anyway, dill is also a big thing. I believe dill is 0 also. It's not a seasoning per se, but fresh lemon. It's one of my things that I use a lot of. I use fresh lemon in many items. So fresh lemon juice, I do have a jar of lemon juice in the fridge, and lime juice also, for just in case, you know, if I don't have fresh or whatever, I just needed it last minute. Ground mustard, I use ground mustard zero also when I do my honey mustard chicken. I love to do it on skewers and do kebabs on the grill, but I found a way to make it inside too. So I'll talk about more the honey mustard when I make it for you guys. And the last thing for the plain spices is cinnamon. Use cinnamon the days that we don't have a frittata. I make oatmeal, and so I use cinnamon in our oatmeal. Cinnamon is 1. So that said, you know, I do have a couple compounds that I wanted to show you. First is my seasoned salt. So I absolutely love this. This is, I think, by far my most used seasoning besides the 2 Mrs. Dash. So seasoned salt, it doesn't actually have salt in it, but it does have, oh, that's not the right one. It has onion powder, which for a teaspoon is 1. It has paprika. For a teaspoon of paprika, it is 2. And it has garlic powder. For a teaspoon of garlic powder, it has 2. And it has ground red pepper. For red pepper, it's 0. And the last thing it has is black pepper, and that also is 0. So that makes 5 teaspoons. So you take 2 teaspoons black pepper, 1 paprika, 1 garlic, 1 onion, a half onion, and a half of red pepper, and that makes 5 teaspoons, and it's 5 milligrams. I don't foresee you using 5 whole teaspoons on something. So again, very minimal. And we are not spicy. You could technically up the red pepper or the black pepper if you want. We don't like too much spice, so we keep it kind of mild. The last one I want to go over is my taco seasoning, and I'll put both of these recipes in the notes underneath the video. Taco seasoning. I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure I let you guys know. McCormick taco seasoning pack is 380 milligrams of sodium per serving. This is 42 milligrams. So big, huge difference there. So in there we have our onion powder, which again, I already said was 5, I think. No, I think I said 1 for a teaspoon. So it's 5 for a tablespoon. Chili powder, which is high, 40 for a teaspoon. Cumin, 4 for a teaspoon. And 3/4 teaspoon of garlic, which is 0. And again, garlic powder, onion powder, not salt. Not salt. But you mix that all together, and for a tablespoon of that, so we use that on chicken. I do, chicken tacos, beef tacos, turkey tacos, chick steak, my fajita, shrimp fajitas. had a mind blank there. My shrimp fajitas and my breakfast burritos. So it's something that I absolutely love, and is so much less sodium than if you were to buy the packets. And you don't miss it. You really, really don't miss it. It takes a little bit getting used to. You have to figure it out. You have to, oh, well, yeah, my taste buds, I'm missing something, but wait, I still taste a lot of flavor. You don't taste salt. So anyway, that is my video for today. I hope to be back doing some food next week for you when I get my nut crumbs and when I figure out what else I'm making next week, and I will share some more. Hope you guys have a warm weekend. We're very cold in Chicago here, and I wish you all the best. Happy cooking.